Stop what you are eating for breakfast right now because the foods most seniors are told to focus on are doing almost nothing to stop the most dangerous and overlooked process happening inside your body at this very moment. Your legs are weakening, not because of age alone, not because of genetics, but because after 60, your muscles enter a state of accelerated breakdown that your diet is either fighting or feeding every single day, and most people have no idea which side they are on. I am Dr. William Lee, vascular biologist, researcher, and author, and today I'm going to give you the 10 most powerful foods proven to rebuild leg strength, restore muscle integrity, and keep you walking strong well into your 80s and beyond. And I promise you, the number one food on this list is something you walk past in the grocery store every single week without giving it a second thought. And when you hear what it does to your aging muscle tissue at the cellular level, you will never ignore it again. Here is the statistic that woke me up personally. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that adults over 65 who experienced significant leg weakness were 72% more likely to suffer a life-altering fall within 3 years. And that fall statistically is the event that begins the irreversible decline in independence for most seniors, 72%. And the cruel irony is that leg weakness is almost entirely preventable with the right nutritional strategy. Before we count down all 10 foods together, I want to ask you something directly. Leave a comment below right now. Tell me your age and tell me whether you have noticed your legs feeling heavier, weaker, or more tired than they did 5 years ago. I read every single comment on this channel personally, and your experience genuinely guides what I cover next. Now, let us get into the countdown from 10 down to 1, saving the most powerful for last. Coming in at number 10, and do not let its humble appearance fool you for a single second. Canned sardines. I know what you are thinking, but stay with me. Sardines are one of the most concentrated sources of bioavailable protein and omega-3 fatty acids on the planet. And for aging legs specifically, that combination is extraordinary. After age 65, your muscles develop what scientists call anabolic resistance. Think of it like a rusty door lock, where the key, which is protein, keeps turning, but the door barely opens. Your muscles become stubbornly resistant to rebuilding themselves even when you eat adequate protein. Sardines combat this through two simultaneous pathways. Their exceptionally high leucine content. Leucine is the specific amino acid that acts as the master trigger for muscle protein synthesis, and their anti-inflammatory omega-3s, which reduce the chronic low-level inflammation that physically blocks muscle repair signals. Research from the University of Sao Paulo found that older adults who consumed oily fish rich in EPA and DHA omega-3Cs 3 times per week preserved 18% more lean leg muscle over 2 years compared to non-consumers. Eat 2 to 3 sardines with whole grain crackers at lunch and always pair them with a squeeze of lemon. The vitamin C dramatically increases iron absorption from the fish, further supporting oxygen delivery to your leg muscles. The full scientific references are linked in the description below. Number 9 is something you probably have in your kitchen right now, but almost certainly are not eating enough of. Eggs, specifically the whole egg, including the yolk. For decades, seniors were told to throw away the yolk. That advice has cost an entire generation muscle mass, and I want to set the record straight today. Research from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign demonstrated that eating whole eggs post-exercise stimulated muscle protein synthesis 40% more effectively than eating egg whites alone. The yolk contains choline, which supports the neuromuscular junction, the connection point between your nerves and your muscle fibers. And without strong neuromuscular signals, your legs simply cannot recruit the muscle fibers needed for stable, powerful walking. After 70, neuromuscular efficiency declines by up to 30%, making choline-rich foods critically important. Eat 2 to 3 whole eggs each morning, ideally soft-boiled or poached to preserve the fragile choline content, and pair them with a small handful of spinach. The folate in spinach works synergistically with choline to optimize nerve signal quality to your lower limbs. Number 8, and this one is a genuine surprise to most of my patients, tart cherries, either fresh frozen or as 100% tart cherry juice. Ruth, a 73-year-old retired librarian from Spokane, Washington, came to me with legs so sore and inflamed after any physical activity that she had essentially stopped moving altogether. A vicious cycle. She started drinking 2 tablespoons of tart cherry concentrate diluted in water every morning and evening, and within 3 weeks reported a 60% reduction in post-activity leg soreness. The science behind this is compelling. Tart cherries contain some of the highest concentrations of anthocyanins found in any food. Anthocyanins are the deep red pigments that act as powerful anti-inflammatory agents inside your muscle tissue. Baylor University researchers found that tart cherry supplementation reduced inflammatory markers in older adults by up to 25%. After 65, your muscle recovery window, the time it takes your legs to repair after activity, stretches from 24 hours to nearly 72 hours. Tart cherries compress that window significantly, meaning your legs are ready to move again sooner. Drink 2 tablespoons of concentrate in the morning and pair it with your vitamin D supplement. As research suggests, the anti-inflammatory effects are amplified when combined with adequate vitamin D levels. Number 7 is something athletes have relied on for decades, but seniors are almost never told about: beets and beet juice. Inside beets lives an extraordinary compound called dietary nitrate, and here is the simplest way to understand what it does. Think of your blood vessels as garden hoses delivering water, oxygen, and nutrients to your leg muscles. Dietary nitrate converts into nitric oxide inside your body, and nitric oxide widens those hoses dramatically, increasing blood flow to your leg muscles by up to 38%, according to research published in the Journal of Applied Physiology. After 70, your natural nitric oxide production drops by nearly half, which is one major reason legs begin to feel starved of energy and heavy during simple activities. Eat half a medium beet roasted or drink 200 milliliters of cold-pressed beet juice roughly 90 minutes before your most active time of day for peak effect. Pair beets with arugula, also high in dietary nitrates, to create a compounding vasodilatory effect that delivers even more oxygen-rich blood to working leg muscles. Number 6, Greek yogurt, specifically full-fat plain Greek yogurt with live active cultures. A single cup contains 17 to 20 grams of high-quality complete protein, along with calcium, potassium, and a probiotic ecosystem that research from the Karolinska Institute shows directly influences how efficiently your muscles absorb and utilize the protein you consume. This brings us back to anabolic resistance, and Greek yogurt attacks it from 2 directions simultaneously. The fast and slow protein blend of whey and casein provides both immediate and sustained amino acid delivery to your muscles, like both a quick response fire truck and a slow, steady supply convoy. Have a cup mid-afternoon, which research shows is a nutritionally neglected window when muscle protein synthesis is particularly responsive in older adults. Pair it with a small handful of walnuts. The ALA, omega-3s, and walnuts enhance the anti-inflammatory environment needed for Greek yogurt's protein to be fully utilized by your leg muscles. Now, before we get to the top 5, and these are the ones that will genuinely change things for you. If this information is valuable, please take 5 seconds and subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. There are seniors right now sitting at home losing their independence because nobody ever told them this, and your share or your like helps this reach them. Now, the top 5, number 5, lentils, one of the most underestimated muscle foods on earth. A single cooked cup delivers 18 grams of plant protein, 15 grams of fiber, and an extraordinary concentration of magnesium and iron. Here is why magnesium is so critical for your legs specifically. Magnesium is required for over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, including the actual mechanical contraction of muscle fibers. After 65, studies from the USDA Human Nutrition Research Center show that up to 60% of older adults are chronically deficient in magnesium, and that deficiency directly causes the muscle cramping, weakness, and nighttime leg restlessness that so many seniors accept as normal aging. It is not normal. Cook lentils in bone broth instead of water to add an additional collagen boost for connective tissue around your knee and hip joints, and always pair lentils with tomatoes. The vitamin C triples the iron absorption rate, enhancing oxygen transport to leg muscles. Number 4, wild salmon, and I want to be specific here because it matters enormously. Wild-caught salmon contains roughly 3 times more astaxanthin than farmed salmon. Astaxanthin is a carotenoid, a natural pigment so powerful that Harvard Medical School researchers have called it potentially the most potent natural anti-inflammatory compound ever studied. Think of astaxanthin as a cellular firefighter working inside every single muscle fiber in your legs, putting out the chronic inflammatory fire that is slowly destroying your strength year after year. Research shows that 12 milligrams of astaxanthin daily reduced muscle damage markers in adults over 65 by 43% over 8 weeks. Aim for 150 grams of wild salmon 3 times weekly, baked or poached, never fried, and pair it with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, whose oleocanthal compound acts synergistically with astaxanthin to amplify the anti-inflammatory effect. Thomas, a 69-year-old retired firefighter from Denver, added wild salmon 3 times weekly and told me after 6 weeks that his legs felt like they had been recharged. His words, not mine. Number 3, and this is where things get genuinely exciting, hemp seeds. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds deliver 10 grams of complete protein, meaning all 9 essential amino acids your aging leg muscles cannot produce on their own, along with an almost perfect 3-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids that specifically targets the inflammatory cascade responsible for sarcopenia, which is the clinical term for age-related muscle wasting. After 75, your body loses up to 35% of its ability to synthesize new muscle protein even with adequate food intake. Hemp seeds contain gamma-linolenic acid, a rare fatty acid that research from the University of Guelph shows can partially restore anabolic sensitivity in aging muscle tissue, essentially making that rusty door lock turn more smoothly again. Sprinkle 3 tablespoons on your morning oatmeal or yogurt and pair with black pepper, which contains piperine, a compound shown to increase nutrient absorption by up to 20%. Number 2, and almost nobody in conventional medicine is talking about this for leg strength, fermented foods, specifically kimchi and kefir. Eleanor, a 76-year-old retired nurse from Nashville, had tried every supplement her doctor recommended for her leg weakness over 2 years with minimal results. She added a quarter cup of kimchi to lunch and 1 cup of kefir each evening, and within 8 weeks, her physical therapy scores for leg strength improved by 33%. The gut muscle axis, the direct biochemical communication highway between your digestive system and your muscle tissue, is now one of the most researched areas in aging science. A groundbreaking study from the University of California, San Diego, found that seniors with higher gut microbial diversity had 31% greater leg muscle mass than those with depleted gut bacteria. Fermented foods rebuild that microbial diversity faster and more effectively than any probiotic pill study to date. Pair kimchi or kefir with your highest protein meal of the day to maximize the gut's ability to extract and deliver amino acids to your leg muscles. And the number 1 food for strengthening aging legs, one you walk past every single week, watermelon, specifically the white rind portion most people cut off and throw away. Watermelon flesh and rind are the richest natural food source of L-citrulline, an amino acid your body converts directly into arginine and then into nitric oxide. But unlike beets, watermelon also contains lycopene, which works alongside nitric oxide production to simultaneously repair mitochondrial function inside your muscle cells. Remember, mitochondria are the tiny power plants inside every muscle fiber, and after 70, they decline in both number and efficiency at roughly 8% per year without intervention. Research from Florida State University found that athletes consuming watermelon juice before activity experienced 40% less next-day muscle soreness and significantly improved muscle oxygenation. For aging legs specifically, eat 2 generous cups of cold watermelon, including as much of the white rind as possible each morning, and pair it with a magnesium-rich food like pumpkin seeds to create a vasodilation and muscle-fueling effect that most prescription interventions struggle to match. The complete research references for everything discussed today are linked below. Here is what I want you to hold on to as we close today. Your legs carry you through every meaningful moment of your life, walking your grandchildren to school, dancing at a family celebration, simply moving through your own home with dignity and ease. Losing that is not inevitable. Leg weakness is a biological process with biological solutions, and the grocery store, not the pharmacy, is where the most powerful ones live. You are not too old. It is not too late. Every single food I shared today begins working at the cellular level from the very first serving. The body you are living in right now is still capable of remarkable things when you give it what it needs. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss the information that can protect your independence and your quality of life. And now leave me a comment, tell me your age, and tell me which of these 10 foods you are committing to add to your diet this week. I will be reading every single response, and I cannot wait to hear from you.